If you live in Las Vegas and have no idea how our public transit system works, then this video is for you. Hi, I've been living in Las Vegas my whole life and I hate driving. And the weather in Las Vegas has finally started going down, which means it's now public transit fall. What you can see behind me is actually all the bus lines you can take in Las Vegas. And don't be too intimidated, the map is actually quite easy to understand. Any of the lines that start with 10 are lines that predominantly go vertically. Of course, there's a little bit of exceptions to this rule, but for the most part, they go vertically. Now, if you're looking for the lines that go horizontally, those are the ones that start with 2, and you can see they're on a lot of major roads like Flamingo, Spring Valley, Charleston. Now, we have some lines that actually have their own naming convention, so there's the one for Boulder City. Then we also have the Deuce, which encompasses a lot of the Strip and then also downtown Las Vegas. And then something interesting is that if you live specifically in this gray area, which is the southwest side of Las Vegas, you can actually order a thing called RTC On Demand, which is kind of like an Uber. To order one of these, they're not on the same app that is for the bus system. Interestingly, every time I've tried ordering one, they never have an on-demand available, but it seems to work if you schedule them a day ahead of time. But back to the actual grid bus system, what you see behind me is the app that's used in public transit. Don't worry, this QR code changes every 5 seconds, so you can't take my whole $6. Each bus ride is $2, but if you press here to buy a pass, you can buy them at a little bit more of a discount if you plan to use a lot of bus rides. Now, if you're a local here in Las Vegas, you might not know that there's several different tiers that you can purchase from. You always want to purchase from the residential one. You can see here, there's the Strip and All Access, and then residential. The Strip one is designed for tourists. This is double the price. This is the residential one for context. Some buses, like the one on Flamingo Road, come every 15 minutes. Some lines, which you would think are very popular, only come every 30 minutes. For example, Rainbow only comes every 30 minutes. When you start going into this side of town, those buses really only come every hour. So if you're transferring, you really have to plan out your schedule. Honestly, if you're going to do one transfer, you should be at least allocating an hour and a half. If you're going to be doing like 2 transfers, then you definitely have to allocate over 2 hours. And unless you're going in a straight line, then there's a very high chance you need to do a transfer. Then occasionally, sometimes, the bus lines are down. If you're going to be using the bus lines, preferably use Google Maps over Apple Maps. I swear half the time I use Apple Maps, the times are wrong. Google Maps has a margin of error of like 2 minutes. Apple Maps, I don't know. I don't know what schedule they have on there. I hope this helps and stay safe.